Hello, everyone. I'm Angelo. I've been homeless in Northern Virginia for just about 3 months now. And it snow's falling, temperatures are dropping, roads were packed. I was trying to get somewhere. I'm like, well, I'll just go part of the way. I'll go to Annandale, stop there, went to Dollar Tree, got a container of floss. That's 115 yards of floss, so that's good. That'll last me a while. And I lost my old one. That's annoying. It was $1 I spent on that. And just hanging out for a while. I did the live stream earlier, but with my parents, but it was real short. Not a ton of people saw it. We didn't have a lot of time. So, anyways, on here now. Nobody's here yet, so this is just for the benefit of people watching later. Dollar Tree's got some good stuff lately, by the way. I got several times now. I've gotten there. Actually, I have it right here. Let me see what exactly it is. This stuff's good. Again, from Dollar Tree. Nice big, Thai style tuna. So it's spicy, it's got a lot of protein. And they also have bags of it at certain Dollar Trees, not every one. So that's real good. I barely ate today. Where's everybody? Oh well. Maybe I'll just eat some more. I've gone to the bathroom so much, still gotta go. You know how it is after you go one type of bathroom, then you gotta go the other. That's all I'll say about that. I see blue lights somewhere reflecting off a van, so that means there's a cop pulling somebody over. I'm gonna be sleeping. A polar vortex is coming, by the way. Hi. It's weird. Okay, so I don't know how many people are here because it says somebody left a comment. Hi, but it says 0 people here. So now it says 1 person. Hi, Lauren. There's the polar vortex coming, so it's going to be like freezing in half the country, probably over half the country, and some of that's going to be here as well. So by Thursday, the wind chill is supposed to get down to like -5 degrees, and temperatures are going to be real low. Like tonight. Wait, tonight's Tuesday. Tomorrow night, I think it's going to get down to like 10 degrees. So I'll be sleeping in that. As I've learned, I sleep fine with my sleeping bag. Really, my big issue is when I sleep, just trying to manage going to the bathroom. Because it's not a problem to go. You know, I go in water bottles. But it's just a hassle to like get up out of my sleeping bag. I'm so comfortable and do it and go back to sleep. It's never nice when you have to get up and go to the bathroom, but it's just annoying. It seems like lately, I don't know how to, how do people do it? Like, you got to drink water before you go to bed. But here's the thing: if I don't, I'll sleep pretty well. Even if I'm dehydrated, even reaching back when I'm lying back, like here, I'm lying back sleeping, and reaching forward out of my sleeping bag for a bottle of water is really annoying. I hate doing it. And then on top of that, when I don't sleep, or when I don't drink enough water and then I go to sleep, I have just really bizarre nightmares. Let's see, last night, what nightmares did I had? I had nightmares that I was like trapped in some weird video game that was like virtual reality, but somehow people were able to like fly these machines over the ocean. It was just really bizarre and lonely. Then another one about serial killers. That was scary because it was like, I've been seeing the stuff about this Ted Bundy documentary that's coming out. And yes, it is fascinating, like, you know, the perversion of what they do and stuff, but damn, like, what it feels an awful lot like fetishizing them. When I see all these documentaries advertised about them. Still interested in seeing it, but I don't know. It definitely, it makes me queasy. But seeing all that, it influenced my dreams. So I had nightmares that like people were looking at genetic tests of crime scenes from like 30 years ago and saying I did the murders. I was like, what the hell? I didn't do that. So that's the kind of dreams I have when I'm dehydrated. I don't know why. Someone explain that. Oh, great. Now the number of people watching just disappeared. Oh, now it's back. So now it says 8 people. I don't need to string extra blankets around me because I have a Sub-Zero sleeping bag. It's great. I'm perfectly warm in it. The only issue with that is I got to leave a little opening around my face. It's like a caterpillar style bag, or a mummy style bag, so you wrap yourself up in it. But yeah, I got to leave a little opening around my face to get fresh air in. And so it can, slide back the hood of the sleeping bag. And then, my head gets cold and I wake up and, I got to slide back, try and get comfortable and try and make sure I have enough space, to just have a tiny little opening to breathe in. But then cold air gets to my head, so that's the only issue with that. And now, I might go outside to film a little bit. It's just the snow's falling so much, it's going to get my phone wet. Now, I'm so addicted to sleeping with the nightshade on over my face, I don't know how I'll ever be able to sleep without it. It's like I can't sleep unless I've got that pressed against my face. You know what I'm talking about? Nightshade. I got it here. I can pull it out and say. It's like a little blindfold you put on. Oh, I see it's messing up on other live streams. That's annoying. Hope you all either watched or will watch the live stream with my parents. I don't know if it's the first time I've been live with my dad, but we only had a few minutes. We were in between my mom baking something. So I'm going to try and edit that soon. I don't know exactly when, but when I could get I didn't want to get the laptop out tonight because, like, I don't even know how able I'll be to drive back to my parents' house, what the roads will be like, to drop off the laptop, because I don't want to sleep with it in my car. It'll get frozen. It's so strange how I sleep way better now in my car than I ever did in a bed. I don't know how I'm going to sleep in a bed again when I have to sleep in a bed. I'm going to somehow have to get used to it. Someday sleeping in a bed again. Thank you to everybody who had a kind response to my video about having hallucinations. So funny how you Christians out there say, oh, God's all powerful, God made the universe for me, and it's so great that, his plan is perfect. And yet, when I criticized Christianity and showed how horribly it affected me and how destructive it's been in my life, some Christians were like, no, you just didn't try hard enough. You left God. You abandoned God. Well, you try going through absolute terror because you're a Christian, and then say how long you would stick with it. And it was obvious. Thank goodness I learned like how fake it was and what a lie. But isn't that amazing how Christians have nothing better to do? Supposedly, the God of the whole universe, such an amazing being, made the whole world for them, but yet they're so bored and have nothing to do other than look on YouTube, which God didn't make, and certainly God wouldn't approve of, if their biblical God is real, because that's all kinds of things. Idolatry, it's inflaming the senses, it's looking at graven images, it's looking at idolatrous behavior. It is idolatrous behavior. And then on top of that, trying to like say negative stuff about somebody who's gone through terrible stuff relating to Christianity, and say, no, you abandoned God. It's your, well, okay, if it's, You're Christians because it's easy for you. If you had to be terrorized for it the way I was, then you wouldn't do it. But it's, and the proof is, look how you hypocrites enjoy your selfish little lives, enjoying your mundane pleasures, instead of basking in God's goodness all the time. What a magical, amazing being, but not powerful enough to even move the needle a little bit on your interest to where you would abandon all your fleshly pleasures, your earthly pleasures, the pleasures of the flesh, exciting your senses for Him. It's almost like you all act like it's fake, because you all know it's fake. You all Christians are hypocrites. Takes a month to get used to stuff? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Anyways, click the like button there. You know, I think the like counter is not working, because on the video, the live stream with my parents, it had a bunch of likes after I went off it, but I didn't see any likes while I was streaming, so I think it's just broken. But anyways, click the like button, everybody. That'll help get this video recommended on YouTube. I'm going to drink a protein shake. Somebody gave me these, a whole box of these. That was nice of them. Oh, I see. So you're saying it takes a while, it takes like a month to get used to it? I don't know. I slept well in my car pretty early on. Then again, if I look back at my videos, I probably did have some troubles. Also, because I was sleeping with blankets. A sleeping bag in the cold is much better than trying to sleep with just the right amount of blankets when it's warmer, because the temperature changes even more, and you're exposed to it more, as opposed to in the sleeping bag. And when it's really cold, fortunately, the temperature doesn't change too much. But I wonder when spring comes and I'm sleeping in my car, because I will be sleeping in my car, then how I'll deal with, you know, the temperature dropping down at night and then getting a lot warmer during the day, to where I'm going to have to roll down the windows. It's going to be really hot, and because, you know, a car heats up so quickly. So that's going to be annoying. I'll try and, you know, I'll still put up the sunscreens around my car to try and keep out the heat. I'm still trying to open this. But it seems like it's going to be a hassle to deal with. Although, last summer, we had that heat wave. Hey, climate change is real, people. And we had that heat wave where even at like 2 in the morning, it was like 89 degrees out. 3 in the morning, 4, it never got cool during the summer. I know the like counter's got to be messed up, because it says 0 likes right now. And YouTube's just glitching out. Anyways. Open. When am I going to record my dad sleeping for 12 hours? That's funny. I'm not going to record that. I would like to film myself sleeping again in the car. A full video, like 9 hours sleeping in my car, or 8 hours. Because I sleep pretty well, like 8 to 9 hours now. In bed, I had to sleep like 10 hours, because I don't think it was as restful sleep. And in my car, I can finally sleep uninterrupted. In a bed, I would always wake up like 4 or 5 hours after I fall asleep, and either fall right back asleep or have to go to the bathroom and fall back asleep. But I want to film myself sleeping in my car. Oh, I hope this is fun for you to watch me struggle to open this. But I don't know how to, you know, I got to have the camera can film for whatever, 24 hours, but it needs to be plugged in. The battery only lasts like 3 or 4 hours. Canon Vixia HFS 21, really good camera. It's now discontinued, but I still got mine. I sold a few of them. So I'm wondering, like, how would I do that? The only way I can really think to do that sometime is park in my parents' driveway, run an extension cord from their house out to my car, and then have the camera set up attached to it. That's the only way. Or if somebody else would let me do that. Hey, actually, okay, let's crowdfund this. Somebody let me know if I can plug in an extension cord that will run out of your home or your porch or wherever, out to my car, and let me park either in your whatever, your driveway or in front of your house, and let me film myself sleeping for whatever, 8 or 9 hours probably. Somebody let me do this. 8 likes? See, it says 0. So, okay, I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know, because YouTube's just messing up. You're in Western Kentucky? No, I'm not going to film my brother, ever. I mean, not at least, I filmed him today, but no, I'm not going to film him, like, for fun. I filmed him because he happened to be there today, so I asked him, you know, are you stopping being a white supremacist, or are you continuing with your support for people like Milo Yiannopoulos, a violent transphobe and Islamophobe, Ben Shapiro, vile transphobe, Islamophobe, inspired Alexander Bissonnette, the mosque shooter who killed about 6 people, I believe, in a Canadian mosque, and the #1 person he followed online was Ben Shapiro. So that guy's just full of hate. I don't understand how he can enjoy what he's doing, just speaking ill of people, of women, of non-whites, making fun of intersectionality. I don't understand how you can live with yourself and just be a hate peddler. But that's what Ben Shapiro's into, and that's what my brother's into. Big fan of his. Not only he likes his videos, but I heard him playing Ben Shapiro on TV. Do I think it'll get better? No, not with my brother. And I don't care either. He was never a good person. I never liked him. We just had to... never mind. Somebody's driving without their headlights on. You can barely see out the back window. It's blowing out, but it's still snowing. Let me see if you can see out the front window. I didn't go to the gym today, by the way. I'm going to turn the camera. Oh! I mean, I went and showered, but... Alright. I didn't, Oh, phone's overheating. I gotta turn on the AC. I had to get to my mom's house, and I woke up later than I wanted to. So I just showered and left. Took a huge dump at my mom's house. And, so I'll go tonight to the gym. I've been exercising well. No, we never got along. My brother never got along. My youngest brother, I don't talk to him. So he's an enabler of the white supremacist one. He bailed him out of jail, for instance, when he attacked me. And he tried to intimidate me into not prosecuting my brother, into dropping the charges. And also, he's a white supremacist. Conservative Republican. He used to work at an immigration think tank that worked to reduce immigration. So, funny, just how, like, he would hope that, you know, people like that weren't successful in stopping our mom from moving here. But, oh, all those other, they're just brown. Who cares? They're just brown people. What does it even matter? But when you got yours, the immigration's great. We're proud of immigrants. It's just not the ones we don't want. Anyways, I don't even like to give any voice to those views, even to mock them, because in doing so, it's like glamorizing to them. So I don't even want to say more stuff like that. But yeah, just racist. Ooh. It's a good protein shake. Anyways. So tonight, just gonna try and keep to myself. I don't know. I gotta find another job. I know people suggested jobs, everything's you know, like something I don't want, but I don't know what other job I could possibly accept. I definitely don't want to work as like a register, as a cashier, as a restaurant server. So those are all like, you know, simple jobs that I could take. I'm not saying they're easy, and I've worked a register before, but they're all like, you know, jobs I'm qualified for. It's just I can never ever work like that. You know, thank goodness for the people who do, but I cannot bring myself to do that. So I don't know what options there are for me. Don't know what I can do. I'm tired of working nights. The work itself is fine, but there's nothing, you know, like, basically I can't be myself there. I have to just, you know, be quiet and just get through the night. And it's not like the nights are super long or anything. I don't even work long hours. Just tired of working nights. Tired of being a bouncer. And also the fucking white supremacy, you know, culture of this whole area pisses me off, and I don't like having to work. You can sense it. Sometimes it's obvious, but a lot of times it's more just, you know, the rich white people who have that chip on their shoulder, that arrogance. Basically how I used to be, except I wasn't rich. But but even worse than I was, because they are very entitled. You've seen it like with like people who go up to people on the street or in stores who don't speak English, and like, or not speaking English at the moment, not necessarily that they don't speak English, and then insulting them, accosting them. You see it with like those white women who call the cops on black people just for existing. That kind of arrogance, that white supremacy that's totally like been taught, you know, like culture wide, and it's embedded in people, and they don't even question it, and they strut around like it's good to be white. Maybe if you worked harder, you'd be white. If you wanted me to respect you, you should have thought about being white before you came here. I don't answer to non-whites like you're some kind of master race Aryan like myself. I'm a good white specimen, and you should have known that before you spoke to me. That's the kind of attitude they strut around. This fucking white supremacist piss me off. Hey, Happy Life, good name. I have no idea, by the way, so for people just joining, I have no idea how many likes I have. YouTube is glitching out. It doesn't really matter, except, you know, I want to make sure, like, it's getting likes so YouTube promotes the live stream. I feel like I'm going to delete this one afterwards. It's not even that good. I don't even have as much specific to talk about. I had a big video yesterday. I did the live stream today, that with my parents. That wasn't that long. I shot a video with my mom, a cooking video that I'm going to try and edit soon. I didn't want to get the laptop out. Maybe I'll try tomorrow, because it's always like I got to find somewhere to sit down and edit, and it's always a little bit of a hassle. And I always try and pack up everything and put it in my backpack when I go to the bathroom. So that's an annoying thing about editing on my laptop while out, is like, you know, I got to go to the bathroom. And so I don't want to leave my laptop sitting out at whatever, at McDonald's or Starbucks or, you know, library. So just kind of annoying. I gotta, you know, pack it up. And then if I'm rendering a video and it's taking 30 or 40 minutes, it's gonna cancel the render. Then I have to start over again. But sometimes I can't wait, and, you know, anyways. My dad's doing pretty well. No, I'm not a vegan, although I admire that. I respect veganism, and I admire it, and I think it's a good choice. I just ate some tuna, so no. But I really want to think about another job. So sick and tired of the white supremacist culture around here. And of course it's everywhere, even in supposed liberal areas and liberal cities and leftist areas. You know, people carry that arrogance with them, that you know, that rigid conservatism. If you don't like it, you should question whether you're racist. I mean, if you don't like me saying it, question your assumptions. I know I got somewhere in me, I have it to go to the bathroom, but I'm not, like, I don't have to go yet. It's just somewhere, like, I gotta go. Like, I've had to go for the last 30 minutes, and I went several times before, you know, coming here. I was so dehydrated at my mom's house. I drank a bunch of water. Whatever. I'll spare you all the details. Stop the air conditioning from running down and run the heat, the defrost. on a bunch of gas now. Oh, it's mostly stopping snowing. So again, for people who missed it, we're getting the polar vortex. It's going to get down to like 10 degrees tomorrow night. Wind chill is going to get down to like -5 degrees or so. I'll be sleeping in it. I don't think it's going to, excuse me, bother me really, because like I got the sleeping bag. It's awesome. So that's all I need to stay warm. Other than that, not too big. Yeah, way colder in Minnesota. What's it get down? Like wind chills like -50 degrees. I'm not exaggerating. I thought that was fake when I saw that at first. But in a lot of the country, the wind chill is supposed to get to like -35, -50 degrees. Yeah, I can get fan mail. Lauren, look in the description. My P.O. box is there. Oh, excuse me. Gotta stretch. Got to go to the gym tonight and work out. I didn't manage to make time this morning. I just went and showered and went straight to my mom's house. They closed everything here in Minnesota, and they don't normally close when the snow falls in Minnesota, right? I mean, I would think they're kind of used to it. It's like further north, it takes a lot more snow to cause things to close down. Like here, a few inches of snow will make schools close down, will make the metro close down, will make all kinds of, you know, government centers close. I'm so lazy too about looking up jobs. I gotta look on Craigslist for some type of for where it's just the job listings aren't good. A lot of those jobs I just do not want. A few video jobs here and there. They don't even get posted nearly as often as they used to. It seems like there can be seems like days with barely any postings for any kind of video work. Why don't I move in with my parents? Well, it's a long story. Basically, my brother's a criminal who's attacked me several times, gotten convicted for it, and he still lives there with my parents. My mom protects him. She's a racist like him too, and she's a racist. I don't defend her. She absolutely is very sympathetic to a lot of racist ideals. She wants a border wall with Mexico. It's horrible. It's really pathetic, disturbing, disgusting thing to want. And also, it's not going to work. That's the funniest thing. Man, people know, immigrants know, they'll just go right over the wall. It's not going to be an issue. Again, click the like button, everybody. That helps the video get shared on YouTube. Not a ton going on lately, really. I'm just trying to stay motivated, and I have been. I've been working hard. Look at this person. Don't have the lights on. I'm trying to turn the camera around. Look at that. The lights aren't on. That red car. Let's see if they get out on the highway. Oh, nope, they didn't turn them on. Holy shit. Oh, they didn't get on the highway yet. They went on the little service road. Am I zoomed out? Come to LA. You know, I'm planning on it. Somehow, some way. I am slowly saving money. Of course, it's the end of the month, so I'm like, shit, cell phone bill went out, another bill went out, my car insurance is going out. All these little, oh, fuck, and I forgot to get something else at my parents' house that I ordered. Shit. And my mom didn't tell, normally she'll tell me if I have mail. I gotta make sure I ordered something, my phone is starting, well, actually, it's still working okay. The volume button's broke on it. Now, the battery seemed not to be charging well for a while. I got it working when I updated all my apps, but I got a USB cable to transfer data between phones because I have this old refurbished phone that I used for my, oh shit, and it turned on. I didn't realize it turned on in my pocket. I don't know when it turned on. It might have been days ago. I'll turn it off. But this Samsung I got refurbished, and I want to activate this at some point because my BlackBerry Priv, which I love for the physical keyboard, has been dying, but now it's working okay. But I got this cable to transfer the data between them when I do set up this new phone. Well, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I know, I can't just quit. That's the thing. Yeah, I got to do something. Hey, it'd be great to make YouTube full time. By the way, god damn, I did my taxes last night. I purposely do not say deductions. I'm sure I have deductions I could claim. I do not, because I'm like, what the fuck is the point? It is so goddamn complicated. Even for someone like me, barely makes money. Why am I even bothered? Like, why do I gotta hold on to all my expenses? It's basically, you have to work all year to pay your taxes. Like, you have to work, not just like work your job, but work to monitor all your expenses everywhere you go, everything you buy, just to be able to file them. And if you don't, then like, it's just, your whole life is, you got to figure out, every day you're supposed to be figuring out how to pay your taxes. I'm like, I'm not even bothering. I'm not looking at my expenses, nothing. Why the hell is it like this? Why does it have to be so complicated? Of course, I've read all about why. There's several reasons. Big tax consulting firms like H&R Block, they want it to be complicated because they make billions of dollars in handling people's taxes. Also, conservatives and Republicans don't want it to be simple because they want people to be this mad and outraged when they're paying their taxes so that they won't forget that they have to pay them, and the plan is make people want to reduce taxes they pay. I don't know. This is so good. Like, why am I looking through 100 exemptions? Give me a bill. Tell me what I owe. Damn it. I'm like, if you wanted me to make exemption, you'd make it easy. Just tell me what the fuck I owe. Damn it. It's so pissing me off so much. You know, in European countries, it's not like that. In a lot of European countries, see, we got to look to other countries and figure out what they do well that we should copy here. Their taxes, a lot of them, Spain, a couple other countries, the tax forms are pre-filled out. They mail them to you. You just put in a little info and you're done. Now, why we keep talking about Europeans like, oh, they're so backwards. They don't, they're so bureaucratic and rigid and they're not innovative like us. Their fucking tax system is so much better than ours. I realize there's a lot, like, people don't identify as European. They're a different country, but it's several countries there. Spain's one that I remember. I think Denmark might be another one where it's very simple. Just send the motherfuckers out with the pre-filled info because they have all the info. And not only that, Elizabeth Warren submitted a bill. Try and make the tax codes super simple, like a lot simpler. It got fought and rejected. Can we please, these people who are claiming to fight on our behalf and in defense of us, make the tax code simpler? Stop insisting that, like these conservative Republicans do, that no, it should be more and more difficult and you should have to spend 13 hours more every year to file your taxes and be studying up on tax law all year. You're going to have to read all year to make sure you have. So basically, a human being's life in America is figuring out every day how to manage your taxes and how to file them correctly. Can we please, all you Republicans, get on board with the idea that taxes should be simpler? Yes, I know you want people to hate them. You want to devastate people's lives who support supposedly liberal institutions and the Democratic Party ones, like social services, welfare, I don't know what else, CPS food stamps, Social Security, disability benefits. I know you want all those to end, and then along with those, we saw with the government shutdown, what else didn't get paid? The Coast Guard, the air traffic controllers. But can we please get the taxes simpler to file? Why do I was just skipping through as fast, but like, yes, plug in the info. Do I want any exception? No. Did I spend any money on medical bills? No. Did I spend any money on whatever other car registration, even though I registered my car? No. Because I don't even want to deal with it. I don't know if I'm filing them correctly or not. I don't know. I have no idea if I'm putting the right exemption. When I put the deduction down, is it right? So I just don't say any deductions. I'd rather get a smaller refund because I don't make much money. So I'd rather get a smaller refund and have to deal with deductions because I don't even know if I'm filling them out correctly, if I like what I'm supposed to actually qualify. I have no idea. It is too damn, and I use the TurboTax app, so it makes it super simple, and it's still too complicated. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm sitting there looking at my phone, just wishing this would end. Like, you have all the info. By the way, the TurboTax app, when I opened it, I didn't have to plug in any information from my W-2. None. It was automatically on there. So somehow the government and my employer were able to get the info to TurboTax to have this information filled out. What I want is a button to just say, I claim no deductions. Just nothing. I don't want anything. I'm not gonna, even though I've spent money on medical bills, I'm not. And actually, wait, did I say I spent money on medical bills? I think I did. Okay, actually, but yeah. So, but only because I didn't have to put an exact number. It says, did you spend between like $100 to $1,400 on medical bills this year? I just said yes, and it was. I did that, like, or whatever it was. I don't know what it was. Car registration. I said, wait, yeah, I passed it this year, but I said no because like I have no idea what I'm doing here. I don't understand how this works. I don't want to bother. Who cares? Just give me a button that says like I decline all deductions. I don't care. I don't want to deal with any of it, and just give me a number to pay or my refund and just do it. Why does it have to take what seriously for anybody? Now let's look at it as if I was, head of a household. If I had a wife, kids, then I have to claim deductions for the kids, deductions for being married, deductions for health insurance, deductions for home ownership. If I have a business at home, how much do I spend at home versus split the rent, the differential depending on the vector of the Earth's rotation. Got to look up Isaac Newton's Mathematica Principia to understand what to pay on my taxes. Can we please make them simpler? Why can't it be like Spain or another, like, or Denmark, wherever? Just the government sends you a paper form. 1 page. I don't know if they even do it 1 page or not. But where your income's there, they already have it. Because they fucking know. Because the businesses have to provide you with a W-2. So they clearly do know it. Why can't they just give you that and you just put down like, okay, like here, I am, whatever. Married. I don't even want that. No deductions for marriage. Screw you. Just have it simple by income. And here's the thing. Tax the rich people who drive up all our cost of living a lot more to pay for poor people to be able to live in decent neighborhoods and have schools that work, have decent schooling. Stop wasting money on the drug war. Stop wasting money on militarism around the world. Stop wasting money on tons like Secret Service. Like, I'm not saying get rid of the Secret Service. I mean, like, Trump going back and forth to Trump Tower to Mar-a-Lago saying, well, no, if you want to get the Secret Service protection, go there, that's fine, but you have to pay for it yourself. We're going to bill you for the trip. Not spending hundreds of millions of dollars in taxpayer money while we have homeless people in Trump's neighborhood around D.C. who cannot get a place to sleep. We have people with AIDS who are not getting proper screening and medical attention in D.C. D.C. has the highest AIDS rate in the country. We have people around here getting sick, who are growing older, who are being pushed into poor neighborhoods, but somehow we find hundreds of billions of dollars, and we never ask, how can we afford it? How can you afford it? News anchors like to ask, well, how are you going to pay for all these social programs? How are you going to pay for a Green New Deal? How are you going to pay for Medicare for all? How are you going to pay for these homeless housing units for the homeless? But they never say, how are you going to pay $700 billion for a military budget? How are you going to pay for mass incarceration? We have over 1 million people in prison, many more in jails, many more awaiting trial. How are we going to pay for all this? How are we going to pay for court bailiffs, stenographers, witness advocates, judges, bailiffs? Did I say bailiffs already? Courtroom security. How are we going to pay for? How are we going to pay the courthouses? How are we going to pay the cleaning crew? Oh, we don't say any of that. We just say, oh, how are you going to pay for someone to live around you? And we got these arrogant, egotistical douchebags like Howard Schultz, CEO of Starbucks, By the way, I read a story about him. When he bought out a company, I think it was like Sonics, and so they went out of business, he gave their employees gift cards to Starbucks. Now, the minimum gift card to Starbucks is $5. He gave them all gift cards for $3.50. So he custom made this assholery deal to give them give them gift cards for $3.50. And he wants to run for president. It's like, it's too extreme. We're too extreme in this country. What he means is we got to talk more like rich white people. We can't be talking about extremism. And like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who speaks directly against racism, misogyny, and it was awesome. She was on H Bomber Guy, a YouTuber I watch. His live stream is like 60-hour live stream to raise money for United Kingdom transgender, a charity that helps transgender kids, mermaids. That's what they're called, like mermaids. And she appeared on the live stream, and she's actually speaking out about transphobia. And Howard Schultz, this arrogant, rich, white douchebag, out of touch, not connected with people's problems, said he decided to run for president partly because of her. Why? I bet it's because he wants to protect his 70%. He wants to keep his tax rate, marginal tax rate, over $10 million in earnings a year from being taxed at 70%. Oh no, we shouldn't have to help poor people. What? That's extremism. By the way, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has only been in office about a month, and she's driving white men this crazy. I seriously, there's a serious problem with white men being outraged by women and people of color speaking out for themselves. You see it with Mark Levin. He was shrieking about Kamala Harris last night. I was listening to him. Mark Levin, big douchebag, worked in the Reagan administration, I believe. He was just flat out screaming. By the way, Kamala Harris has a very bad record. She's speaking eloquently about progressivism, about mass incarceration now, racism, but she totally, as a prosecutor, worked on behalf of those things and destroyed black people's lives. So she can speak about it now, and she does speak well, and like for that I'm grateful, but I don't trust it. Like she was a prosecutor, but anyways, Mark Levin was playing a speech, and literally just black women, I don't know what it just and women of color drive these fucking white men insane. They are enraged. It's like something comes out of their skin, this toxin. He was listening to her talk about mass incarceration, and he just stopped. She's like, she said we have to end mass incarceration in this country. And there was a crowd there cheering on. And he said, stop. He's like, I hate this. He literally said that. Somewhere in there he said, I hate this. What do you mean mass incarceration? Why don't you look at these cases individually? These fucking racists, they don't think black people exist, apparently, because that's what people who talk about mass incarceration do. You can read up on story after story, many of which don't get reported, by the way, but you can read on the ones that do, of poor black and brown people and poor immigrants and poor women who get subjected to brutal police policies and court policies that keep them in jail because they can't afford high bail bonds, because they get arrested for stuff that a white person wouldn't get arrested for in the first place, because they can't afford a good attorney, they aren't provided adequate public defenders, they're given plea deals that are very punitive, so they take the plea deal instead of fighting it in court. And if they fought it in court, it would mean they would have to stay in jail until the court date, and that's miserable for them. And meanwhile, they're losing income. They may have lost their job, lost their car, their families are losing income. And Mark Levin's like, what? Why are you talking about black people like they matter? If they wanted to count as something, they would have been white. He was screaming about it. Damn it, makes me mad. All right, what do people say? I didn't look at the screen for the last, 10 minutes. In the UK, people are taxed at the source, so no effing around, filing and waiting for scraps of refunds. So, move to Mexico? You know, if I wouldn't be opposed to moving to Mexico necessarily. Well, I've never been there. I like what I've seen in the country. I really like the chance to speak Spanish a lot. I know it's, hard to make a living. There's a lot of poverty there, and, a lot of drug violence, and it would be so sensible if we just end the drug war and work with Mexico to end it and restore, uh, uh, rule of law there, instead of we essentially are supporting cartels, and we've not essentially, we work side by side with them in many cases, and we've also trained them. U.S. Special Forces trained the Zetas. We could actually stop all that if we wanted. We don't want to. But yeah, anyways, anyway, I'm not seriously thinking about that right now. But so Levi, do you okay, my question to you is, Levi, you said in the UK they're taxed at the source. So how does income tax or taxes in general work there? Do you have to file for much? Do you have to fill out much paperwork? Or is it like one of those countries I talked about where they just send you a form where your info is already filled in, and you just maybe you do a little bit, but you don't have to do much paperwork? Yeah, my brother choked me. You can see it on video. Brian, you're in Annandale? Hey, how you doing? Sorry you're in Annandale. No, I can't go back to them, and I wouldn't. But by the way, I wouldn't. I'm not trying to make a Nazi's life any easier by saying I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, even though you attacked me and you were never sorry for attacking me, and you've angrily defended yourself over it, and you're a white supremacist as well. But I need a place to stay. I don't need a place to live that badly. I'll live by my, what I believe in. I'd rather be homeless. Agrippa, let's see. I love when CEOs complain that they will have to cut workers or raise costs when asked to provide a living wage. Never occurs to them to take a 2% cut to their own wage. Yeah, that's true. Levi says, Brian, let Angelo sleep over in this brutal cold. Do him a favor. I don't need a place to sleep. Like, I'm fine. I'll sleep in my car. The only thing I worry about is if it snows really heavily. It stopped snowing now, so I'm not worried about that tonight. But I don't want to be buried in my car in the snow. Come and live at my house, Archelius X. I can't. I don't know how to say your name. Archelius X. Ekis. But where do you live, Archelius? Whatever. Oh yeah, Kamala Harris. Now I'm getting to the comments about her. Yeah, just I mean, it's nice that she's given some platform to these ideas. I do appreciate that, but I don't think she's sincere, and I wish she was. I wish she'd explain her record before. But she's been a prosecutor. She worked to lock up sex workers. She's helped enforce horrible, brutal policies on people as a cop. Hell no, I don't support Biden. Oh, in Los Angeles? Thanks, Achilles. What do you do in Los Angeles? What kind of work do you do, Achilles? Bernie Sanders might be pretty cool now. His foreign policy is not great. His foreign policy is way too imperialistic and right-wing and militaristic. Even though he's spoken better about a lot about military, like foreign policy, than many, first of all, Republicans and a lot of Democrats, but he could be a lot better about it. He's supported drones. He's supported the war on terror. He's supported kill lists. I believe he supported kill lists. So he has a lot to answer for in regards to that. But yeah, definitely. And he's made a turn to speak even more clearly and forcefully on racist policing in this country. What would I want if I got fan mail? Lauren, so good things to send me are either gift cards, like just a Visa gift card or whatever, because I can use that at grocery store or restaurants. I try and make it last if I go in the grocery store. Gift cards, what else? That's the main thing that's good to send. If you want to send prepackaged food that you bought from a licensed food maker, like an online grocery store, you can send that. I don't accept homemade food. I appreciate it, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it to be safe and to have been kept germ-free or been, handled properly in the first place. So you know, food from a licensed food maker, like if you buy it and then just have it sent straight to me, that's fine too. But really, gift cards are a good thing. Somebody sent me, it was funny, I did use the rejuvenation cream or whatever. Oh, I meant to give this to my mom too. It's a makeup remover. This, you know, like white, you know, like little towel. So somebody sent me this. And what else I got here? What is this? Light as air, finish fragrance free, Regenerist whip. I'll go ahead and use this now. We'll do a little makeup tutorial. My little beauty secrets from Olay. So this is what this stuff is. Again, for the last like hour, I felt like I needed to go to the bathroom, but I don't really, like, I can go without going. I mean, I can be without going. Alright, let's see. And where do you put this stuff? On my face? Avoid contact with eyes. Oh, okay. Smooth moisturizer evenly over your cleansed face. By the way, does anyone recommend what kind of like moisturizer I can use on my face? Because now that I've been putting this damn $50 tube of hydrocortisone on my face, you know, for my rash, it's like when I shave, I get so much closer because I don't know what it is. Like, well, the first time it's because my facial hair was so long. It's easy for like the razor to cut it down super close and smooth. But even today I shaved again and I seemed to get super smooth and close, and it felt like it was because my skin was softer due to this hydrocortisone. So what kind of facial cream should I use? Maybe should I use something with cocoa butter in it? Should I use aloe vera? Which I don't know which ones really have aloe vera and which ones don't. Because, you know, they just say it has aloe vera. Should I use this I have right here? I got this from Dollar Tree, I'm pretty sure. Equate Beauty Comparative Vaseline Intensive Care Advanced Repair. Moisturized Advanced Care Body Lotion. Helps hydrate and soften very dry skin, hypoallergenic. Should I use this on my face? I use this on my hands. It has cetyl alcohol in it, benzyl alcohol as well. So I don't know if I should use that on my face or that'll dry it out. Oh, no, I got this at Walmart, I think. Oh, thanks, Achilles. Thanks for, finding me again. So Levi says, about taxes in the UK, you get your, or in Gran Britannica, that's how you say it in Spanish, or Reino Unido? Wait. Yeah, it's United Kingdom. Reino Unido. I think that's it. You get your info sent, meaning to the tax office, whatever. There's only a need to file if you are making a ton or a business owner. Then your taxes go to free health care. You know, that thing. So that's amazing. So you don't even have to file taxes there. Amazing how we say America is so much more advanced than these other countries, when in reality, it's in fucking shambles compared to other countries in so many ways. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so Agrippa says, the funny thing is that from a European perspective, Bernie barely even ends up on the left wing of the political spectrum. Yep, that's right. Elizabeth Warren seems pretty good, although, yeah, she's had her, like, issues with, for like supporting militarism and you know, right-wing policies. And also, this is what I can't get out, she's spoken well about, you know, banks and Wall Street ripping people off, but she voted for Ben Cardin, he's a senator, what's his name, the head of the Housing and Urban Development, or Secretary of Housing that Trump named, Ben Carson, is that it? The neurosurgeon who ran for president, and he's always fucking falling asleep. He's like, this is a very tough time in this country, and we shouldn't be quick to say names against anybody. Ben Carson, that's it. Elizabeth Warren voted for him to be the Secretary of Housing. The most fucking unqualified guy, and she voted for him. Here was her rationale. I don't know what she was thinking, or if there was another rationale she didn't say. She said, I voted for him because the next person Trump chose may have been even worse. What? That's an excuse to vote for absolutely anybody Trump puts through. How does that make any sense? Yeah, but Warren's pretty good, but yeah, too weak, exactly. Like, I mean, too weak not meaning necessarily her character, it's just too weak, like, her policies aren't, like, as clear and as for, in favor of the working class and against exploitation and militarism. Huh. Let's see. I'm not saying, okay, that's a wrong word. I'm saying her policies, that they're not, although she did propose that tax bill that would have made taxes so much simpler, and I would have been so happy, but she's just too deferential to militarism and to things like she voted for Ben Carson. What the hell? And I'm sure there are other things like that. You can just tell, like, she's deferential to that. And anyways, like, still a lot. I mean, she speaks very well on a lot of issues, and she's way better, leagues better than any Republican. And a lot of Democrats, too, and way better than Howard Schultz, CEO of Starbucks. Don't put on that one, it will make your rash work. Well, what the fuck, man? I don't get it. Witch hazel, I got the witch hazel, I haven't used it yet. Oh well, I put on the, okay, big deal. I put on the, whatever this cream, I mixed it with the medicated cream. Big deal. Damn it. Oh, I'm not supposed to mix this with that. Whatever, I'll deal with it. Oh, it's getting hot. Oh, my phone's overheating. Put the AC on. Yeah, Amazon was in the bid. First of all, Amazon makes drones. I'm sure they're working in some kind of drone technology for the Pentagon. But also, they're in the bidding, and it looks like they're going to win a $10 billion bid for a contract with the Pentagon to make a cloud computing system that's going to support their weapon systems. Don't even make excuses for Ben Carson. Apathy sucks. There's no excuse for him. Work at a factory building stuff? Man, factory work is terrible. Yeah, that was dumb. Trump, got outraged. That was pathetic. And that's, of course, his misogyny and racism, too. The names he calls her, his absolute misogyny. By the way, I don't like what she did with, getting the genetic tests. What's the point of that? It's demeaning to Native Americans. Yeah, that's the one I'm aware of, the cloud computing contract. But as always, I'm sure there's all kinds of things not mentioned in the budget that Amazon is working on that we don't know about, especially when it comes to, first of all, they're working on facial recognition technology to help capture immigrants here and deport them. This cream does burn on my face a little bit. Maybe I better wipe it off. This is what Dollar Tree is great for, too, all these moist wipes. Or is this another chemical on my face that's... yeah, it's gonna be bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom, so what should I do? Should I walk into a store and just pause the live stream? Or should I, I'm not gonna show it on camera, but you know. Yeah, you told me after I mixed it in. What the hell am I supposed to do? Travel through time? Yeah, I don't think the DNA test was a good idea. Like, why do that? It demeans Native American people. She's not the member of a tribe. She doesn't claim membership of a tribe. She just did it to show somebody in her ancestry was Native American. And meanwhile, she hasn't been working with Native Americans on many problems they face. The government treats reservations like it's a slumlord. It's terrible. Oh well, I'm not reading every second messages. Okay. Does anybody even want me to go on? Is there more you want to talk about, or should I just go? Because, you know, I'll leave it up to you guys. Like, if I can go to the bathroom and you all want me to talk more, or do you just want to end it? Because I really didn't have a strong, you know, idea of what to talk about. I'm just getting going on certain topics, but I don't even think this is a great live stream. And, you know, just go and then I'll be able to study and do my thing right tonight. Or should I go to the bathroom and then come back and we'll keep talking? Been running on my car engine for an hour now. I don't support that kind of term, what you just said. No, what would I don't even know. I feel like I have enough accounts. I don't know about streaming on Twitch. Whether I'd want to do that or what I would do. Oh shit. Trying to get the AC going more on my phone. Yeah. Well, you know, I would be interested in streaming on Twitch if I did video game streams. And of course I would need a console and a place to actually do that. But yeah, that'd be kind of fun because I know Twitch is better about allowing that than YouTube. I'm not sure I would ever understand, you know, what games I could stream, what games I couldn't due to copyright issues. By the way, I haven't owned a console in like 13 years, so I'd have to figure all that out, the setup and everything. Downloading all its content, I mean, it just seems like a huge hassle. But that'd be fine. Also, I'm not a big games anymore. It's like gives me a headache, gives me motion sickness, and I also it's like when I stop playing, it's like wow, like just 2 hours just disappeared. I feel like I wasted my time in this virtual world. I'm still able to hold in my urine. Still a tiny bit of snow coming down. Yeah, but if I'm going to go on Twitch, like, well, first of all, I've toyed around with the idea of streaming video games, but, cover the camera and mute. Oh, I see you. Well, no, I can't mute it while it's still live. That's the bad thing about, you know, if I go in somewhere and copyrighted music's playing, I'd rather just pause the live stream, but I know it loses viewers. But, if I was on Twitch, I would want to take advantage of the platform and stream video games. That's the thing. And get my mom involved in it too. That would be fun. Alright, I think I've heard enough from you, bleep boop. Again, click the like button, everybody. That helps get the video, you know, shared and spread around on YouTube. Fortunately, I got plenty of food. I was worried about, you know, this winter storm, how bad it's going to be. It looks like the snow's pretty much stopped. Now the issue is the temperatures are going to be bitterly cold, which is more a problem walking around than actually sleeping. Sleeping is fine, not an issue. You know, my car, it's frozen solid, but, you know, it's no big deal. It's a problem when, you know, snow falls, and I got a ton of snow on my car, so I'm still watching out for that whenever that might happen. And again, I'm in Annandale. I'm in a parking lot here. I am going to have to go to the bathroom in a second. It's not going to take long. I'm in a shopping center now. Let's see. Actually, I think this one place doesn't have any music playing, so I can just put the phone in my pocket, keep the stream going. Let's see. And the bathroom here smells like all hell, but good enough for me. Alright, outdoors in Annandale. You never want to be here if you can help it. Still got to go to the gym tonight. I want to study some Spanish. Quiero practicar mi español. Quiero estudiar mi español. Mi pronunciación ha mejorado mucho. My pronunciation's improved a lot. Alright, I'm not trying to be too conspicuous here, but I'm walking into the store. Oh. Changing my vision. It's like weird. Oh boy, it smells in here. God, it stinks. Alright, you all don't hear this. You don't hear this. I do this for you. I do this for you all. I'm doing this for you. I should have been out of here a long time ago. The toilet's about to kill itself. You can see my rash. I don't know if it's permanent or not. Oh well. Might have. It looks like I had stitches across my face. Kind of annoying, but it's a risk I took when I went homeless. See, even now I have to go again. Hey, how you doing? Back to the car. I used to shop here a lot. Dollar Tree. I never went to any of these restaurants here. I don't think I ever did. I'd like to. But Dollar Tree and Safeway over there. See, even though I went to the bathroom, I still like a little bit of feeling like I have to go, but that's how I get after I take a huge dump. Alright. Back where it's comfortable and warm, even though I really like the view out here. Check this out, man. Although, at a certain point, I feel like I gotta get some work done. Some studying. Check. My car's not starting. Hell, I don't need it to run for a minute. I've been charging my phone so much. Anyways, oh, I still see 0 likes, by the way. I have no idea how many likes I have on the video, so YouTube's messing up. What do you all want me to do? You all want me to ban Lick Me? I kind of don't mind keeping a troll if they're not being too egregious, but I also don't want other people being bothered. That's really more the line for me, is if somebody starts being rude to others and bothering them. So if Lick Me is... okay. Bye-bye. Bye, Lick Me. So, yeah, I don't really mind if someone insults me. I thought it was kind of funny, but if it's bothering other people, that's fine. I'll get rid of them. Probably a guy, because mostly it's guys who are dumb enough to do that. Oh, damn. Gonna practice more Spanish tonight. My Spanish has gotten really good. I feel like just some shift happened where I got some better understanding of it. I still got to practice new words, and but like my comprehension's getting really good. I don't know what MU price and cream is. Yeah, moderators, yeah, I'll think about it. Think about getting some mods in here. Yeah, definitely. I just don't know really who would want to be a moderator, who to appoint. I don't want people to be overly, you know, harsh with the moderator controls. But I don't even know exactly, how do I appoint someone moderator? Let me see if I have that option here. Yeah, I don't know if I can even do that from my phone. I think I have to be on a computer. Yep, these right-wingers, out of control. Yeah, I don't know how to make anybody. And I'm afraid of, like, when I touch someone's name, it'll accidentally, like, you know, remove their comment or something. I'm not trying to do that. I just... okay, let's... no, I don't know how to make someone moderator. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an option on desktop, but can't. Alright. Alright, super. You want to be like that? There you go. I don't know why you're wasting time commenting on someone's internet video when you clearly don't make stuff other people like, because then you wouldn't be wasting your time looking for people that you don't like. Alright, good to know, Agrippa. Yeah, I have to do it from my laptop, so I don't know. Some point in the future I'll do it. Oh, I'm gonna stretch. I should get going, but I also kind of don't want to. I kind of like just streaming, but I'm kind of tired of talking. And I do have to really like get some work done and go to the gym tonight, because I didn't go today. And study some Spanish, maybe write something. I gotta think of new video ideas. That video about what it's like to hallucinate, where I talked about, 15 years of dealing with hallucinations, was like a big video. I got a lot of ideas out. Maybe I want to do a video on why Christianity is bad and like, fails of Christianity or something. I don't know. I study Spanish on... Oh, we don't allow victim blamers here. I study Spanish just by reading. Actually, okay, I have right here Spanish language newspapers. You can see all the words I've translated on here, and I just read. But here's a problem with reading newspapers. The language is formal. It's not conversational. And when I hear words that I know, I don't comprehend them because you got to practice hearing Spanish. So I've been bad about watching Spanish programming lately. I haven't watched that much. Once in a while I watch a Spanish language news report, but I got to watch more because I was learning more when I was watching like Chumel Torres, who's I don't know where he's from, but he kind of does like a Last Week Tonight show, with John Oliver. He does a show like that where he satirizes the news, and I can just listen to someone speak Spanish for like 20 minutes because a lot of the news programs, they upload 50-second videos, and it's devoid of like being able to hear a conversation go back and forth and a discussion. And even though it was a struggle to understand Chumel Torres, it got like I was realizing I was able to say stuff that he said. Even though when I'm listening, I'm like, shit, I'm understanding like 40% or 30% of what he's saying. And yet, when I was talking to somebody I knew who spoke Spanish, I was like able to repeat stuff that Chumel Torres said. All right, looks like we got somebody who's pro choking people if they don't like them. No, it's not hard. And also, I blame the entire religion for empowering those individuals. Yeah, I had to really practice to be able to roll my tongue for the R sound. It's difficult for an American because we don't use that. R is just R. It's not R or R for the, the 2R sound. So I had to really practice that, but once I got a hang of it, it was good. The problem is it's hard to stop doing it when there's just one R, because that's not, you don't roll your tongue the same. It's just more like a really quick sound. It's not like the long R. It's just R. And that can be hard to pull off, especially when there's like an L in there, like L, R. Well, see, I already did. L, R, B, like all those consonants together, like problemático or probablemente. I can say it now, okay, but the R, the B, and the L all together, like close together, can be really tricky to pronounce. So it ends up like becoming mush when I pronounce it. Thanks, Agrippa. Well, yeah, I just was never around Greek enough to learn it. And when I had the choice in high school to pick a language to learn, not that I remember much Spanish from high school at all, I remember thinking French seems really pretentious. Latin was kind of the language it seemed like my dad encouraged me to learn, but I'm like, I don't even know what Latin is. Does it have a grammar? Like, what am I gonna... It just seems like all I hear about Latin are words. Like, I don't know if there's a grammar to it or not. I guess there is, but I mean, I'm sure there is. But and Spanish seemed practical because there's so many Spanish-speaking immigrants around here. Like, when would I ever practice French? I would barely ever have opportunities to do that. Whereas Spanish, I can literally go any store here and find Spanish speakers. I don't know. I'm thinking also I might keep this video up. I actually think it's better than I thought, but it's still, I don't like that it's not sharp. I want to have a strong topic when I make a live stream. Because overall, things are going all right. Not having any real problems. Bills are still a struggle, but I'm paying down my credit card. I'm actually successfully paying it down gradually. I had damn doctor's bill, $45 plus $50 medication plus another $15 medication. I had 40 or $130 phone bill, $50 to the insurance company I used to work at. I still owe them money. In car insurance, like $65 a month. And then, every day little stuff. I ordered that cable on the internet, gas, food. So, it adds up so quickly, but I am somehow able to slowly start paying down my bills. I think I should really look for jobs tonight. I just don't know what. I don't know what to get. I don't like any jobs. At least at my job, one thing I can say is I'm around people. The bad thing I really don't like being around a white supremacist culture. There is a bar around here where they totally are against that. They're very progressive. It's a progressive space. They have gender neutral bathrooms. Like they bring in feminists and artists and people who are very inclusive. And I'm like, that's great. It's like an oasis around here. But there's not a whole lot of places like that. That place is really cool. But they don't have bouncers on, which thank goodness they have no need for them. Otherwise, I'd be glad to be a bouncer there. But oh crap! And look at this. The number of people here disappeared. Now it's back. Oh, okay. Whoa, we got a racist troll here. Okay. Lidocaine is $50-$60. I don't even know what that is. Trying. There we go. All right, bye, racist troll. Temperature here is, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. It's not terribly cold right now. No hace mucho frío ahora. Oh, me duele la estómago. My stomach hurts. Not that bad, though. Still seeing if there's any... No, there's no option to make anybody chat moderator in here. Oh, well. But yeah, good idea. I would like to appoint some people as chat moderators. People who can be trusted. No, do not be religious. No religious people. Sorry, you're not. You got all the opportunities in the world. You don't need to be here. This is a place where people don't have to hear that crap. You got all these Christian TV stations, Christian TV shows, podcasts, websites. You got churches on practically every street in America. You don't need this space. This can be our space for everybody. And if you're a Christian, you got to keep it to yourself. Learn what it's like. So it actually only took me about an hour to learn to really roll my R's in Spanish. And you can actually see that. I did an old live stream where I said like practicing Spanish live. And I was just practicing saying the R over and over again very slowly. And there's still a lot of sounds like certain consonants together I have to say slowly because I mess up a lot. And also words that like end in like the past tense, for instance, otorgado. That means granted. Sometimes I get those messed up where I want to put an N in there because the N means like present, like participle or whatever, like otorgando, meaning like granting currently, but not otorgado, meaning granted, past tense. And it's just always in my head, I keep wanting to insert that N in there because I'm used to saying the present participle or whatever it's called, where it's like, andando. Like walking instead of andado, walked. Always trips me up. That's a difficult thing to keep straight, especially when I'm reading something and then I have to stop and it's really frustrating. But no, I don't speak Greek. Never learned it. When I was in Greece, when I was 7, the only thing I learned were curse words, and I forgot all those too. When I was 7, I was there. I don't know. I think we were there 3 months. I'm not sure. I think 3 months. Ugh. Spanish is a good language. And by the way, Tom Brokaw did that racist rant. I can't believe it. Like, I can believe it because it shouldn't be shocking at all. He's an old white man. That's how old white men have been raised in this country and people today. But he went on that racist rant against Hispanics and Spanish speakers in America, saying like, well, grandparents here don't want their children to have brown babies, and that's a real concern for them. And people just fucking sat around and listened to him. And he was saying like, they don't assimilate, they don't learn the language here, and it's a real concern for Americans. We got to bring people together. What the fuck is wrong with him? And if you don't like it, speak Spanish. So that's what I've determined to do. Like every time this pissed off old white guy goes on one of these, the glory days of old Dixie in America, and talks about how lamentable it is that immigrants are here, I just say, okay, I'm going to speak Spanish even more. I'm going to patronize businesses run by Spanish speakers even more, especially, yeah, excuse me, that tuna. Immigrant Spanish speakers even more. Well, screw him. He wants people to assimilate. I'll assimilate the other direction. Right, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Agrippa. Especially when words can sound similar in English and Spanish, that messes me up too. Because I want to say it in the English pronunciation when I first see it, like probablemente. Now I don't have as much trouble with it, but, you know, in English, it's just probably. Very easy for me to pronounce, but probablemente. Not hard now, but I was struggling with it the other day. I was out and I was talking to somebody and I kept, I was like, oh man, I'm messing. Probablemente. But now it's very easy for me. I don't know why I had trouble with it. You call it calcio in Italy. And now, by the way, that I've started learning a second language, it's like, never again. I never want to learn another language. It's not that I hate learning languages so much. It just feels like it's weird defeat. Like I'm on my way to successfully speaking a second language. For me to start over with a new one and learn a whole, it's like, oh, too much. I give up. It's enough. I'm not that, energetic where I want to start a new language. Although really they are interesting. I mean, I kind of wish I could watch, or be able to travel to, not that I ever have the money to travel, but, it would be nice if I could watch like movies from other countries and watch them without subtitles, because a lot of times the translations, you just know they're off. They're so stiff and rigid, and it's just weird reading them. Right, pretender. And something like that, also from English to Spanish, what is it? It's like a word that can mean to want, and I forget what it is, but in English, it sounds very much like a word that, what is it? Yeah, it might be pretender. I don't know. I think it might be that. I'm never really sure. Oh, Dutch speaker here is saying, yeah, German words are like that, right. Yeah, German words can be very similar to English as well, and I think Dutch has a lot of words similar to English, right? And by the way, for people like Tom Brokaw, who talk about how people, they need to learn English when they're here, English is a hard language to learn. I'm learning how backwards English is, how it's just a total fucking, backwards puzzle that was put together, because I'm realizing more and more how easy Spanish is compared to English, because Spanish is phonetic. You know how to pronounce a word based on how it's spelled. English, you never know that. You always have to hear the word, because there is no, each letter can be pronounced 5 to 10 different ways. And some things just totally do not sound the way they're spelled. We just never say them. Like internet. We don't say internet, just internet. I didn't know there were levels to the difficulty of languages. And Spanish is relatively easy to learn. But yeah, pronunciation is terrible in English. Now, of course, I can't think of which words like don't sound the way they're spelled. But so many words like an N and a D might sound like a J or something. It's just very difficult for people to learn, and it takes time to learn it. And on top of that, if they're in a community where they don't need to speak English, it's like why bother? Especially too, we should put the blame on ourselves for how we keep undocumented immigrants underground, make them fearful of being deported, make it illegal for them to get jobs. Who's not assimilating with who? You all want to keep them illegal and then blame them for not wanting to be fully integrated in this settler culture. Really? I see. Yeah, Versnelling spooky. Dutch is, yeah, similar to English. That's what I thought. I thought I heard that it's very similar to English. But yeah, once I get Spanish done, that's good enough for me. Although really, I'm interested in other languages, just laziness. I just don't feel like making all the effort. Not a ton of what the hell? Not a ton of people speak Gaelic, do they? I mean, it's in, what, Scotland? It just seems interesting, like speaking a language, like there's something, I don't know, some vague sense of like loneliness that comes with speaking a language not a whole lot of people speak. But then again, it doesn't matter, I'm sure. Like when you're in the country and people speak it, doesn't make a difference. But like whether it's spoken outside there or not. But learning Spanish makes me realize how provincial English is, and how we take it for granted that people speak English when it's not even a very sensible language as far as like its rules and its pronunciation to learn. Other languages are a lot easier to understand, or make a lot more sense, and have different ways of expressing things that we don't in English, and things in English that are just hard to express correctly, or a lot of people mess up, like subject-verb agreements. Whereas in Spanish, you don't have as much an issue with that because you don't have to say the subject. Frisian? I've never heard of that. Oh, interesting. Well, I think I'm going to get going. Had fun, guys. I don't even know if I'll keep this up because really I don't think it's that great of a live stream, but what do I care, I guess, if it's up. We'll see. Depends on, only 10,000 people speak it? Wow. Frisian? Or no, you mean Mirandese. Alright, well, thanks everybody. Appreciate it. Stay subscribed. Keep subscribing. Whatever. Click the like button.